Hi there, WNYMBA. Welcome to the second part of our four-part video series. This video will cover what's great in 2020. We have a lot of excellent events planned for 2020, and as long as the coronavirus doesn't hamper those events, we are looking forward to making 2020 our best year yet. So to begin, the biggest event, or the biggest news story, I guess, would be the raffle for a complete Growler American Stout Fat Bike. I want to thank Wheelo Glynn from Growler Performance Bikes and the entire Growler Performance Bikes family for donating this fat bike. The fat bike has a Manitou fork, SRAM components, mule foot tubeless ready rims, Maxxis tires, and a dropper seat post. All proceeds from this raffle will go to Western New York mountain biking trails, specifically trails in Chautauqua County. I plan to write a grant that will match whatever we raise through this raffle, and we'll expand the trails in Chautauqua County. We'll be selling raffle tickets all year at all WNYMBA events, and we'll have the drawing in December 2020 at Global Fat Bike Day. So please think about buying a couple raffle tickets and supporting a great cause. At the beginning of the year, we had Global Fat Bike Day at Loud Performance and at Long Point State Park. I want to thank Loud Performance, specifically Dee Dipple, Merle Kinnell, and Heather Kinnell for holding the event at the shop. I also want to thank Growler Performance Bikes for supplying the demos throughout the day. This was a great event. There were groomed fat bike trails behind the shop, and there were groomed trails at Long Point State Park, which made a really fun day for people who had never been on a fat bike before. We also had a chili cook-off, which was won by Mary Walker, so congratulations to her. On February 1st, we had a Genesee County Park Fat Bike demo and ride. This was a great event. Thanks to Growler again for the demos, and also to Eli Fish Brewing Company out of Batavia, New York for supplying the beers. There was close to 100 fat bikers at this event. The conditions were absolutely tremendous. We had a pavilion full of food. People came, had a really good time, and we hope to do this again in 2021. Recently, we had the WNYMBA fundraiser at 12 Gates Brewing Company. I want to thank 12 Gates Brewing Company for reserving a space in their back room for the event. I also want to thank everybody who donated a raffle basket for this event. We ended up raising close to $1,300. All that money, again, will go to Western New York trails and help us maintain those trails throughout this year. We also had an event with Loud Performance and Growler Performance Bikes at Cockaigne called the Fat Bike Takeover at Cockaigne Resort. This was the first time we ever had a race downhill. This was a dual slalom event. I want to thank Loud Performance for putting together the event and for Growler Performance Bikes for supplying the demo bikes. I also want to thank Cockaigne Resort for allowing us to use their property for this event. This was probably, in my opinion, the best event of the winter. I've never seen so many people smiling and laughing and having a good time on a mountain bike since I've been in Western New York. This was absolutely so much fun. A lot of classic wipeouts and some really great kind of bite your nails at the end finishes. So it was really, really a cool event. Next, we have the WNYMBA Swap and Sale. So this will be happening in April 5th. We hope to have this at Resurgence Brewing Company on Chicago Street. But again, because of the coronavirus, we're going to have to see how this pans out. We will post stuff on our Facebook page and on Meetup if the event changes or is canceled. So please stay tuned for that. A new event this year will be the Rooted Mountain Bike and Yoga Festival for women and transgender women in April 30th. This will be at Loud Performance. During this event, it's a camping weekend. There will be ride clinics. There will be hikes. There will be yoga and meditation clinics, and also free camping. So if you're new to mountain biking and you're a woman or a transgender woman, please consider coming out to this event, sponsored by the Women at Loud and also by Loud Performance. This will be a really cool event. Another event we have planned this summer is WNYMBA Rips the Rocks in the middle of June. We will be using Dewdrop Campground outside of Jake's Rocks for this event, so please reserve a campsite. We will have group rides, we will have cookouts, barbecue and campfires. A lot of fun events going on during this weekend at Dewdrop, so please consider coming out and having a good time with WNYMBA to kind of kick off the summer season. In July, we'll be traveling down to West Virginia for the Bike Bash at Big Bear, which is in West Virginia. This will be a great event like last year. Unfortunately, there's no more Dirt Fest, but the folks from Big Bear stepped up, and there will be demos, music, group rides. The trails at West Virginia at Big Bear are relatively technical, as you can see over here. A lot of rocks, a lot of technical features. So it's definitely a different kind of atmosphere than what many of us are used to. So please come on out. This is a super, super fun event. We've had a blast every year that we've gone. A way to kind of say goodbye to summer is the WNYMBA Camping Weekend at Hollymont. This will be happening in August. Hollymont has suggested that the chairlifts will be open that weekend so we can ride the chairlifts up to the top of the hill. There will be primitive camping, free primitive camping, group rides. One stipulation is that we ask you to please be a WNYMBA member or at least belong to an IMBA chapter. This is for insurance purposes. So we want to thank Hollymont for opening the doors and allowing us to camp out on their property. The last major event this year will be the Jake's Rocks Trail Fest. This is in September. This is always a super fun event supporting the trails at Jake's Rocks. The camping, again, will be at Dewdrop Campground. There will be group rides. There will be live music. There will be yoga events and events down by the beach. So please consider coming on out and supporting the trails at Jake's Rocks down in Warren County. So this concludes our second video. Thanks so much for tuning in.